I must love y'all, because y'all don't know how many times I tried to record this video and it just ain't acting right. I am your girl, Talisa Rae. What's up? How you doing, Ray of Sunshines? We are reviewing The Real Housewives of Atlanta, season number 11, episode number 12, The Peaches of Tokyo. If it's your first time visiting my channel, what up, though? Go ahead, click the red subscribe button, become a ray of sunshine. Click the notification bell because the two are best friends and you don't want to miss another video I upload. Baby, I'm having a rough time today. From hair to stuff in my eyes to lighting to my glasses showing the glare. Child, this is where we are, okay? I'm done tired. If this don't work out, then I'll see y'all next week. When the episode opens up, we see Kandi, and she's having or doing a commercial slash photo shoot for her dungeon party. Honey, and she is looking absolutely delicious, okay? I would have loved to attend her dungeon party slash variety show slash burlesque show to be a fly on the wall. That is my kind of event. Anyway, the real purpose was so that Eva could come and discuss Portia with Kandi. And I'm all like, so you're coming to Portia's arch nemesis to have a discussion about how you should deal with Portia? And I'm calling foul play. You don't go to someone that doesn't like someone for assistance. The enemy of my enemy is my friend is the saying, and that is exactly what Eva has done. She has gone to Kandi to get advice about Portia. Child, please. She says that she thought her and Portia were friends and that they were better than that, and did not like how Portia had threw her under the bus at the hibachi party, speaking of her shadiness, okay? Now, I'm going to commend Kandi for a few things. One, admitting that she's not really a great communicator, okay? Knowing that she doesn't express herself very well and that she could probably work on that. Hence the reason the Kandi Factory normally talks on her behalf or have lots of things to say, and it becomes like a round table because she doesn't express herself very well to people who aren't close to her. Number one, I commend her for that. Number two, I also commend her for saying the best way to address Portia is to communicate directly with her. If you don't communicate with her or the other ladies, then it becomes a problem. It becomes chit-chat and chatter behind your back. And thirdly, you are shady. The ladies tend to believe you're a little two-faced, double-sided, fake. In one instant, you have shady things to say. In the other instance, you say that's not what you said. Oh, I didn't say that. Instead of holding yourself accountable, which is what Kandi recommended as well. Own the shade. Be responsible. Say I said it, whether it was in jest, whether you meant it. Own it. If it didn't come out the way you wanted it to, justify it or explain it. But own your shit, girl. So I have to give Kandi credit where credit is due. So, then the next thing we saw was Portia. Portia slash Nene. Nene went to visit Portia, and Portia decided that the Tokyo trip would be where she would announce that she is pregnant to the ladies. Like, she's past her first trimester. It's safe for her to share with people who aren't close to her anymore. She shared with everyone who is close to her. Now it's time to share with the ladies because she's out of the woods. I kind of wonder if she talked to Dennis's mom. I would like to see what happened when they told his mom that she was pregnant and having a baby. Are you guys as curious as I am? Let me know down below in the comments. I'd like to see, because she was kind of very skeptical of their relationship, honestly. So, boom, just like that, we are at day one of their Tokyo trip. All the ladies are meeting up at the airport to take the trip. One thing that I noticed off the top is when Tanya arrived, it no longer says Nene's friend. It has now changed to Eva's friend. Quite possibly because their husbands went to school together and they probably are growing closer. But Nene is the one that brought her on the show, so shouldn't she still be Nene's friend? I guess all the shade and shit with Swag Boutique and all the shit that's going downhill, Nene is no longer saying, claim her producers as my friend. Nene was probably like, the hoe ain't no friend of mine. If she gonna be on here, give her to somebody else. Baby, I saw that. I called it. I checked it. I said, Anyway, the ladies arrive and they're all greeting one another. And Kandi, for some reason, feels like Porsha is being fake. You just called me a bitch last week and now you hugging. Oh, okay, we're going to do fake stuff. Now, here's my thought process of this. One, it could be construed or misconstrued as fake. Two, Porsha could just be saying, you know what, let me go ahead and not make this trip uncomfortable and speak to everybody. Because if I go around and hugging and speak to everybody and not Kandi, it causes the awkward tension that you don't want on a trip that you're going to be with some people from anywhere from 4 to 7 days. I don't want to be uncomfortable. We're going to be in close quarters. We're going to do a lot of events and activities together. And why make things more awkward than they have to be? So I'm going to give Porsha a B+ on that because she probably was, you know, being a little fake. Okay, so I'll give her a B+ just because she did make the effort. She did say hello. She does, in my opinion, not want the trip to be awkward, but for everyone to have a good time and to not be her who caused the awkwardness. I use the word awkward like 15 times in 60 seconds. Anyway, so they arrived in Tokyo and Miss Marlo does not have her bags. Her bags have been lost by the airlines. Everybody else's bag is there. Everybody put all of their things together on the plane at the same time. Number one, did Marlo say some slick shit to the Sky Cap? Because that's where they put their checked in their luggage. So did she say some slick shit to the Sky Cap? Say some slick shit. They'll change them numbers up real quick. Get your shit lost. Honey, it is important to be nice to people who provide you service, okay? You need to tip them $10 so they can provide you good service. You understand what I'm talking about? Listen, y'all better understand. I want to know, when you travel, what tip do you have that will prevent your bags from being lost? Or what is your remedy for it? Let me know down below in the comments. Number one, I always tip the Sky Cap, especially when using that service. Number two, I make sure that on my carry-on I have a couple pairs of underwear, maybe a lounge outfit, my toothbrush, even though you can buy a toothbrush very cheaply, I just feel like those are things that I have that would make me feel comfortable if my bags had gotten lost. I want your tips and secrets down below in the comments. So on the bus trip, Eva lets them know, hey, when we get to the hotel, we are going to have dinner, straight to it. We got here, we've been on this 10-hour flight. Let's have dinner, let's eat, then we'll go to the rooms. So they eat. It's a nice setup and it is traditional Japanese food. It's not Americanized. It's not sushi that Americans eat. It's like tartare, so a lot of raw foods. They didn't show exactly everything, but we saw that Kandi was unhappy with the choices that were provided. She let it be known that she would be ordering food when she got up to her room, child. I'm here to tell you, I was disappointed that she wasn't open to trying something new. You guys always try something once, twice for good measure, because the first time may not have been cooked correctly. The second time though, that's when you know for sure if you like it or if it's something you could get used to. Well, as soon as they've eaten and now they're having libations, okay, they're being lubricated, in the words of Eva, she decides it's a good time to say, well, I want to show you guys how I do it. First off, I just put the trip together. Again, she tells us because of the issue in Destin, not inviting the ladies, especially Nene, to the bachelorette party, and wanted to make up for it with the Tokyo trip. But she also wants to use this opportunity to get things out in the open, let things be known, okay? And so she wants to be the first to go and to address Porsha, feeling like now is a good time because Kandi told her to communicate with Porsha, but I don't think she meant do it in front of everybody. You know what I'm saying? But Eva needs a storyline or she's not going to be a peach no more. So she's trying to, I feel like, get her bearings together and, you know, be relevant. And so here's her opportunity. And so she calls out Porsha. Porsha's surprised, Nene's surprised. Hell, I think everybody at the table is pretty much surprised, probably except for Shamari and for Kandi. Nonetheless, she tells her, I believe you tried to assassinate my character. I thought we were friends. Why would you do that to me and call me out in front of everybody? I thought to myself, now see, I think we're getting a little carried away here, Miss Eva. Talking about, you know, earlier she had told Kandi, well, I try to stay on the Zen side. I don't want to be Miss Eva the diva. Honey, well, that's who everybody is waiting on. We know that she exists, but we do grow. And really, you're blowing this thing out of proportion. I know I had some things to say about it being factual and that Portia shouldn't have said anything. And the reason I said that last week is because she had just come off of her own issue, you know what I'm saying, with Kandi. I felt like it wasn't an appropriate time. I didn't say anything about her delivery. So let's talk about her delivery, because they showed us a little snippet of it. And I feel like it wasn't being shady. I don't feel like she was coming for her, that she was stunting on her, as Eva would have said. I felt like she just was speaking facts in a calm, factual manner. Not even assertive, not even aggressive, as I've been told I am. No matter what setting you were in, Eva still would have felt like, that's not who I am, that's not what I would have said, that's not how I meant one-on-one or with the whole group. So you can't win for losing with Miss Eva. You can't win, child, and you can't get out of the game. I'm having a moment. Moving forward, Portia says, Nene, let me talk to you for a minute. Nene's like, okay, well, y'all, I'm going to bed. But leaves her purse and shit. But when she goes outside, Portia says to Nene, I have decided that I am going to tell the ladies now. I asked the wait staff, how do you say I'm pregnant in Japanese? And they said, Ning Xing Chao. Ning Xing Chao is how you say I'm pregnant in Japanese. So they devised a plan. Nene would get the gong. She walked in gonging and shit. And Portia was like, I'm going to teach you guys a new word. Ning Xing Chao. Ning Xing Chao. And so that means in Japanese, I'm pregnant. Now, the eruption of applause and everything was great. I was really happy that everybody was receptive and genuinely seemed happy for her good news, including Eva. Eva gave her a compliment and said, Eva gave her a compliment saying that she would be a great mother, but also threw a little bit of shade. Her hair will be laid, the baby's hair will be laid with Eco Styler gel. Now, y'all could think that that wasn't shade. And if you do, we are family. We have real discussions. You could tell me when you think I'm wrong down below in the comments. But I did think that that was like low-key. Oh, okay, so her baby gonna need Eco Styler gel to... I might be reading too much into it. Even Kandi was excited for her, saying, I know that, you know, she really wanted to be a mother. I'm glad and happy that this is happening for her. So, hey, everybody took the high road. Nobody really had any real shade to throw. I think Portia is going to be an excellent mom. Probably a little overwhelmed at first, but is going to move right into it with no problem. Oh, I missed the part. So Tanya felt it necessary to give the girls a gift, which would be the quote-unquote ambassador tour guide for Japan, for Tokyo. The reason being, Eva had talked about their customs and how she had been arrested for prostitution, or they thought was prostitution, when she was there working for 2 months as a model, because she hadn't followed the customs. She didn't look into them. She didn't have anybody to assist her, etc., etc. So it was good that Tanya provided that for them. In the process, though, Aya was giving them instructions on what appropriate etiquette was while you were in Japan. And the #1 thing was to be punctual, aka on time. Show up when you're supposed to. Anything else is considered disrespect. I'm sure, like you, like me, you saw, or you thought, oh, okay, well, they finna disrespect her all the way around, because these ladies don't know what it means to be on time. She let them know that they needed to be ready at 11 o'clock the next day. Child. Eva then said, okay, don't you not want to know where you're sleeping? I thought this was perfect pre-planning. She said everyone has the exact same size suite. Nobody has anything different, so there's nothing to fight over. I thought that that was absolutely genius on her part. However, it is always fun to see the ladies fight over who's getting which room. It's always fun to see that. You can disagree with me if you want down below in the comments. Okay, so we are on day 2, and day 2 opens up with honey Eva crying. I'm all like, oh shit, because I don't know what she's saying. I'm feeling empathetic because I'm a huge empathizer, and I'm all like, what's happening? Oh my God. Her grandfather had an heart attack. Her grandfather had a heart attack. They resuscitated him. However, grandpa had a DNR. Okay, listen. She's all like, I don't know why anybody wouldn't want to. He has gotten old. Why keep me here longer? It is my time to go. I want a DNR, and I feel like people should make sure that their family understands what their wishes are, possibly why. Even if they can't comprehend it, I need to tell you. I need to tell you why I made the decision. I want you to know what my funeral arrangements are. I don't want there to be any mistakes or any misunderstandings about what I want and why I'm doing the things that I'm doing. I know if I go in today and I have a heart attack and I flatline, let me go. God said, come on. I said, okay. Most people are afraid of death. I mean, we all have a time that is already set when we're going to go. So make plans. Make sure your family isn't trying to take care of you with, bury you with fish fries and, you know, car washes. Get you some life insurance. Let's keep going. So, of course, Eva is devastated. She had already lost her grandmother. Now she's losing her grandfather, who is a pillar in their family. He is the patriarch of their family. And so, rightfully so, she is feeling very hurt, you know, and being across the ocean, not being able to see him, like, or not being able to be there, is devastating to her. But honestly, what can she do if he passes, right? He's already had a heart attack. Even if she was in the States, she would have been in Georgia, not in California. So there's not much she can do. She needs to come, in my mind, she needs to come to grips with what's happening, start her grieving process, because Mama said it ain't going to be much longer. In the next few hours, I'll be calling you. Well, the next thing we know, she's knocking on Candy's door. Now remember, she was good friends with Portia, and Tanya is now Eva's friend, but she has chosen Candy to go and be consoled by. Maybe because Candy is the most rational, maybe she's the most even keeled, maybe she is the calmer of the ladies, but honestly, she's not the right person to go when you need consoling. She could seem callous, you know what I'm saying? She could seem cold-hearted because she didn't know what to say. She didn't know how to respond, but she was comforting. She did hug her. She knew to do that, but she was honest with her. I don't know what to say or how to feel because when my brother died, I was young, and now I'm numb to death. And like me, she thinks we all have a date. An expiration date. Everything has an expiration date. Nothing is forever. And so she actually makes sense, you know, consoles her the best way she can. And Eva moves it along to get ready to go and meet Aya for their trip. For their first set of tours. Now, here it is. Day 2. I had told the ladies to be punctual, meaning we're leaving at 11 o'clock. Don't disrespect me. It is a sign of disrespect to me if you are late. So let's see how it pans out. I wrote down the times that most of the ladies came out. So you had Eva and Tanya come out first at 10:45. But even at 10:45, Aya was looking at her watch like everybody should be down here at 10:45. Everybody should have been down here at 10:30. What are we doing? So at 10:45, you got Tanya and you got Eva. At 10:51, you got Miss Cynthia and Miss Portia. Now, those people I did think would be closest to on time. I also thought Candy would be on time, and she was there at 10:52. Okay? But after this, it's all downhill. Miss Nene arrives at 11:34, which is 34 minutes after the time. Aya is like, okay, we have to go. Eva's like, please don't go, please don't go, please don't go, right? And then I forget when Shamari comes in, but she comes comes out very apologetic, bowing, I'm sorry. You know, I guess she lost track of time. I don't know what the hell they were doing. Sleeping until 10 o'clock, knowing they needed to be ready, knowing it takes them 2 hours to get ready. I'm not sure what they were actually doing. Lastly comes strutting out Marlo at 11:47. Now, all these ladies are alpha females, but this girl right here, honey, she has an attitude, comes out, does not address Aya with the bow like everybody else is greeting her as hello. You know what? She just go on and sashay her ass on the bus. Major disrespect, major irritation. But before all of this, Kandi had said to everyone once Nene had got on the van, hey, Eva's going through something. Her grandfather is probably about to die. Then you saw Nene say, I need laughter too, because me and Greg are going through. I want to jump through the phone and choke him. You know, he's got his own issues. She got issues because she tired. And then here comes Marlo with her it don't matter issue. How about that? And the most irritated of them all was Aya. And Aya, honey, let it be known on the bus. And honey, you can see Nene and Marlo, they ain't giving two flying fucks about what you say. Honey, you getting paid to do this job. And I don't care that we got a whole bunch of stuff to do. They feeling like just take some of it off. What's the big deal? So their first stop, what we see is them at the temple. And at the temple, and they go to the wall where there's fortune. Like they shake this tin and get like a matchstick out, like a stick, like the size of a matchstick. I don't even know what those sticks are called, but they have numbers on them, and they are used to open up like these drawers that have their fortunes in them. And I felt like Candy's fortune was on point. I felt like Portia's fortune was on point. I know that there was some issue or something with Tanya's fortune, you know, about marriage and getting married soon, etc. And Nene made a snide remark. I should have rewound it, but I didn't, because to me it didn't matter. Okay, but evidently it was important for what's to come. Well, they then go in the actual temple and they send a prayer up. And I know that those prayers are probably just voiceovers, and they might have been things that they had talked about or thought about in, you know, in the moment. But I was moved at the things that their hearts desired. Most of them or all of them were non-superficial. I know a lot of people probably see these ladies as superficial or, you know, shallow, but their prayers were for their loved ones, for success, for health, you know, for their families, for themselves. So I was really moved by that. And it could be, you know, I'm just sentimental and a crybaby, but nevertheless, I was moved, okay? So then the ladies go on to lunch, to sit down and to have lunch, and it looks like they're gonna have authentic sushi. Some of the ladies are like, do they have catfish, and blase blase. Eva's irritated, like, we're not coming to Japan to have some shit you can get in Atlanta. I'm with her on that. But as they're sitting at the table, somehow it comes up about Tanya and her marriage. I believe Portia made mention of Dennis asking Paul where were they married, and Paul said that yes, Tanya and him were married. And so Portia felt like that maybe they got married in secret, since he said yes. So she asked her, and she was like, no, we're not officially married. There's no paper, but he's my forever partner. And evidently it struck a nerve. But before we talk about it striking a nerve, I don't even want to say it struck a nerve, but I feel like marriage is what it is for whatever your relationship is. Your relationship. If you decide you're going to get married, you get married. If you decide, if the two of you agree that you're not going to get married, but you want to be together, that you jump the broom in your house and you are officially married in the eyes of God, then fine. Whatever works for you and your life and what makes you happy, I'm all for. I had to say that before I go into this next little rant, because Nene was like, be careful on forever. And I don't know know if she was just speaking in general. I can't say that she was speaking specifically about Paul, but I think that she was speaking out of her own life experience. Remember, her and Greg had gotten divorced and then remarried, and right now she is going through it with Greg and his insignificant issue with her, him thinking she didn't call and she called, and him texting and fighting with her, and you know, like, it's a lot. So I don't really think that she was speaking specifically about Tanya's relationship. Honey, Tanya was upset with Nene. She thought that Nene was mocking her relationship by implying she needed to marry someone else. And like I said before, I don't think that that was the case. And I really felt like Tanya might have went a little too far. You know, had Nene had to jump at her. You know what I'm saying? Tanya did hold her own, but Nene was like, I give 0 fucks about you and Paul. I want you to be happy. Whatever makes you happy. I am happy. Good. Like, it's one of those things that you might just take too far. So you've addressed it, Tanya. You didn't like it. You know, it wasn't a joke. Why would you imply I should marry somebody else? When Nene says she said it, but that's not what she meant, and she really doesn't care about your relationship, and she wants you to be happy. At that point, you said what you wanted to say in the group. You've made your stance known. You showed that you can hold your own, and you're not afraid to address Nene. But Nene gives 0 fucks because Nene's not fucking with you no more. After that shade you threw after Swag Boutique, she's done. You're done in her eyes. I don't think that in this season will have any mending happening. As a matter of fact, if you don't get it together quickly, you won't be a friend of the Housewives in season number 12. I'm just here to tell you, come on now, Tanya, pull up. I know you want to find your fitting, but it's not with Nene, okay? Things that I enjoyed about this episode were that the ladies were genuinely excited and happy for Portia and her new bundle of joy that was coming. Like, you knew that they were happy. No one had anything negative to say, except that little bit of shade about that Eco Styler gel. Like, okay, are you saying her hair gonna need it because it won't lay, because it's gonna be too curly, because, you know, listen, okay, I went too far, but y'all know what I'm saying, okay? And then number 2, I love the scene in the temple where they went and got their fortune, and then they went to the temple and they said a prayer that was for success or love or health or happiness or gratefulness, and showing the non-shallow side of the ladies, the sincere side of the ladies, the hopeful side, you know what I'm saying, the good kind side, and not the negative side. Let me know what your favorite parts were. It could be Eva trying to come for Portia and everybody getting her all the way together, or Marlo losing her bags, or the fight with Tanya. It could be a myriad of things, but I want to know what your favorite part of this episode was. So let me know down below in the comments. Let's have a dialogue. We are family for real. I am your girl, Talisa Rae. Thank you so much for watching my review of The Real Housewives of Atlanta, Season 11, Episode number 12, The Peaches of Tokyo. Hugs and kisses and lots of love. You can catch me on the next video.